You can travel for back in time here, a secret place. Where shall we go today? The Captive Princess and the Tears of the Sea. On the night when 7 stars align, the sea recalls distant memories, quietly stirring its depths. Prologue. On the night when 7 stars align, time unravels. Beyond the sea, beyond the mountain ranges, a nameless story breathes quietly. This is a tale of the stolen tears, until they return. Stella Village. A vast ocean, a dangerous jungle, and a mountain range shaped like a crown of swords surrounded a small village, Stella Village. Birds chirped, the wind whispered gently, and at night, insects sang in harmony with the stars. There were 2 people in the village. There was a beautiful woman who was kind, brave, and curious. Her name was Capella, the 7th brightest star. Capella arrived in Stella Village as a baby in the back of an empty carriage, carrying a load of shining ore jewelry. No one knew where she came from. The other man was born in this village, a gentleman with a gentle disposition who loved to read books on the village border. He enjoyed smoking a pipe made from local grains. His name was Regulus, named after a star in the constellation Leo. Regulus loved the nature and scenery of the village. He had never set foot outside the village. When the harvest festival arrived, the villagers drank, sang, and danced for 3 days and 3 nights. Capella and Regulus joined in the celebrations, unaware that their lives were about to change forever, until that day came. The Black Flag. On the final night of the festival, a chilling wind blew from the north. Trees bent under the force, and the sky darkened. Shadows twisted unnaturally. Then the bandits appeared, black flags waving. They crossed the mountains and ravaged the village, stealing grain, treasure, and, most cruelly, Capella. Screams echoed through the night. Regulus sprinted back from the village border. By the time he arrived, she was gone. Leaving the village. The villagers convened a meeting the next morning. After much discussion, they concluded that pursuing Capella was impossible. No one knew where the bandits had gone. But Regulus refused to accept defeat. Determination set in his eyes. Bags packed, he stepped beyond the village, alone, into the rugged mountains. The last village before the mountains. Before entering the mountains, Regulus stopped at the last village to gather information. A sign read "Little Bird's Footsteps." Inside, he asked the shopkeeper, "Do you know the bandits flying the black flag?" "Don't chase them," the shopkeeper warned. "It's an incredibly dangerous journey." "I will pursue them, no matter the risk," Regulus replied. Seeing the resolve in his eyes, the shopkeeper handed him a small cup of village grain liquor. "Drink this. You'll need courage." He also gave a map, a silver-hilted dagger, and food. Regulus thanked him and set out toward the mountains. Rugged mountains. The mountain path was jagged and treacherous. Rain began to fall, turning the trail slippery and dark. Suddenly, Regulus sensed movement. A gigantic mountain wolf appeared, blocking his path. He darted to avoid it, but a cliff gave way beneath them. Falling into a deep ravine, rainwater cushioned his landing. The path marked on the map was lost. With only determination as a guide, he pressed onward through a dark cave. Inside, memories of Stella Village surfaced, the gentle wind, the chirping birds, and Mrs. Lucas's salted pork. Nostalgia strengthened his resolve. When I walk in the dark, bright ore stones glimmered in the moonlight. Regulus pocketed some, thinking they might aid him later. As I walked, I saw a light, the exit of the cave. Finally, he emerged from the cave. Ahead lay the dangerous whispering jungle. The story continues. The Captive Princess and the Tears of the Sea. Fear and wonder pressed against him as the jungle led him toward the sea of stolen tears. Whispering jungle. Humidity and heat pressed against him. Glowing eyes followed him through the night. A massive crocodile attacked in the river. Regulus climbed into trees to sleep. Fear gripped him, yet he pressed on. A corridor of stone and wood appeared. After walking for a while, a large shadow suddenly appeared before me. There was a beautifully colored snake. To my surprise, the snake could speak. The sea does not judge, it only returns, she said. The path to Kol Hidri Island and the sea stone, the stolen tears, was revealed. Regulus went further into the forest, passing through the jungle. What lay ahead was the sea. The first sight of the deep blue stirred awe and fear alike. Beautiful, yet terrifying. Regulus found a small, sturdy tree, carved it into a small boat, and bound it together. Placed Lumiere at its bow. Waves crashed and wind howled as they set out. Finally, Kol Hidri Island appeared, shrouded in mist. The stolen tears. Atop a stone altar, Capella stood with the sea stone gleaming on her chest. The sea did not save us. Therefore, we take, shouted the knight commander. Regulus leapt forward, sword swinging. Capella's gaze drifted to the sea. You are crying, aren't you? She whispered. The knight commander faltered. Return it to them, she said. Forgiveness and prayer intertwined. The tears of the sea dragon. The sea roared. Lumiere resonated with the sea stone. A blue sea dragon emerged, eyes filled not with anger, but sorrow. Tears fell into the waves, not judgment, but restoration. A whirlpool swallowed the island. The Black Flag's curse ended. The return. Regulus grabbed Capella's hand and guided her to the boat. The island sank beneath them. The sea dragon watched calmly as the light vanished from Capella's chest. The sky cleared. The wind softened. Peace returned. Under the 7 stars. Back in Stella Village, tears and cheers greeted their return. Regulus was no longer the quiet village boy. Capella prayed to the sea. The 7 stars shone brightly, and the distant blue sparkled. Even now, the sea continues to return what was taken. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. Happiness for all viewers.